Hey everyone, hello. So, when we think of Christmas today, we picture nativity scenes, glowing trees, gift-wrapped presents, feasts with loved ones, and songs about peace and goodwill. But what if I told you that much of what we call Christmas tradition existed long before Christianity? So today we're going to pull back the curtain on Christmas, not to diminish its meaning per se, but to understand its deeper roots. Because Christmas, as we know it today, is not just a Christian holiday. It's a layered fusion of ancient pagan festivals, solar worship, and winter solstice rituals that were later given Christian symbolism. This is the story of how the birth of the sun, S-U-N, became the birth of the sun, S-O-N. Long before calendars, clocks, or Christianity, ancient people tracked the movement of the sun. Survival depended on it. The winter solstice, usually around December 21st, marks the shortest day and the longest night of the year. After this point, the days slowly began to grow longer again. To ancient cultures, this wasn't just astronomy, it was a cosmic rebirth. The sun appeared to die as darkness overlooked the world, and then, miraculously, it returned. This moment was celebrated across cultures as the rebirth of the sun, the triumph of light over darkness, hope returning to the world. These celebrations often lasted several days, eventually aligning closely with December 25th, when the sun's movement clearly shifts and day begins its steady return. One of the most influential pagan festivals was Saturnalia, celebrated in ancient Rome from December 17th to December 23rd, and sometimes even longer. Saturnalia honored Saturn, the god of agriculture, abundance, and the mythical Golden Age. During Saturnalia, work stopped, schools closed, social roles were reversed, and slaves were temporarily treated as equals, and people wore colorful clothing instead of traditional white togas. There was heavy feasting, drinking, gambling, and public revelry. Gifts were exchanged, especially candles and small tokens, and homes were decorated with greenery and wreaths. Sound familiar? The spirit of Saturnalia was joy, chaos, generosity, and freedom from rigid rules, ideas that would later become central to modern Christmas atmospheres. In 274 CE, the Roman Emperor Aurelian officially declared December 25th as the day of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. Sol Invictus was a powerful solar deity representing light, victory, renewal, and divine authority. December 25th symbolized the moment when the sun had defeated darkness and was rising again in strength. This date was extremely popular throughout the Roman Empire, especially among soldiers and the common people. Here's the key point. The Bible never gives a date for Jesus' birth. Early Christians did not originally celebrate Christmas at all. The focus was on the resurrection not the birth. So, when Christianity began spreading through the Roman world, church leaders faced a challenge. How do you convert people without asking them to abandon their most beloved festivals? So rather than eliminating pagan traditions and celebrations, early Christian leaders chose a different strategy: adaptation. They reinterpreted existing traditions with Christian meaning. So the birth of the sun, S-U-N, became the birth of the sun, S-O-N. Sol Invictus's victory of light became Christ as the light of the world. December 25th became Christmas, not because Jesus was born then, but because people were already celebrating. This approach made conversion easier and allowed Christianity to spread rapidly without cultural resistance. And then by the 4th century, Christmas was officially recognized by the church, layered directly over pagan solstice festivals. Evergreens were sacred in many pagan cultures because they never die in winter. They symbolized eternal life, renewal, protection, and nature's resilience. Germanic and Nordic tribes decorated trees during Yule to honor nature spirits and the returning sun. These practices eventually evolved into the Christmas tree, though it wasn't widely accepted by Christians until centuries later. In fact, early Christian leaders condemned tree worship as pagan. Also, mistletoe was sacred to the Druids, believed to carry fertility energy, healing power, and protection against evil. The tradition of kissing under mistletoe likely comes from fertility rites, celebrating life during the darkest parts of the year. Winter was harsh. Survival wasn't guaranteed, so when solstice arrived, people celebrated with large communal feasts, sharing food and drink, exchanging gifts as symbols of goodwill and abundance. Gift-giving was common during Saturnalia and other solstice festivals, long before the story of the Magi. Then, over time, these practices were reframed as charity, generosity, and celebrating Christ's birth. But their roots lie in ancient survival, community, and solar celebration. In Norse traditions, Yule was a multi-day solstice festival, and key elements included burning the Yule log, symbolizing warmth, protection, and the sun's power, meaning S-U-N. Honoring ancestors and spirits, celebrating rebirth and renewal. Fire was sacred, bringing light into darkness, just as the sun would soon do again. So, Christmas isn't purely pagan, but it also isn't purely Christian. It's a fusion, a spiritual tapestry woven from ancient solar worship, nature-based rituals, Roman festivals, and Christian theology. Understanding these roots doesn't take away the meaning of Christmas per se, it just adds depth. It reminds us that at its core, Christmas has always been about light returning to darkness, hope during the coldest season, and generosity and renewal. The eternal human need to believe that after the longest night, that the sun would rise again. So yeah, that's it for today's video on the history of Christmas, or December 25th. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining, enlightening, or in some way beneficial. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend or two. Alright everyone, take care. Peace.